Welcome back to a little bit of Common Crazy. Today I'm taking you on a major pantry clean, declutter, and organize. So right here I'm showing you what it currently looks like before I even get started so you can see the state that it truly is in. My name is Jennifer and I absolutely love to clean, declutter, and organize. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell so you're notified every time that I upload a video. Before I can even begin to clean, I need to start removing things out of the pantry so that I can get to the surfaces and wipe everything down. Because I have a fairly large pantry, I like to do it in sections, so I won't bring everything out. I don't have enough counter or table space in order to do that. But here you see that I am wiping things down as I go along. So this tub is for all of my paper goods. I'm trying to get it all organized and consolidated in here. And because my pantry is the size that it is, it's really easy for me to store extra things in it besides just food. As I'm placing everything in the tub, I'm trying to lay it out in a way that I will have access to things without having to move other things around. I want to make sure that if I do it this way, then more than likely, then this will stay organized and clean longer. That's kind of my philosophy in general, is to try to find ways where I can keep it that way beyond just one or two times that I need to get in there, that I will be able to maintain keeping it organized. So the bottom shelf in my pantry is kind of my nemesis. It becomes more like a junk shelf. It collects all of our ads, there's papers, if someone doesn't know where something goes, I swear it finds its way onto that shelf. And so here I'm going through all the different papers. I'm trying to decide what I can recycle, what I actually need to put away, and taking my time to look through everything. Honestly, it would be nice just to throw it all away, but I know that there are definitely things that I need to hold on to. So I grabbed some extra empty containers that I had on hand because I know that I will need those. These are containers that I got in the springtime at the Dollar Tree, and I love them, and I hope that they bring them back again in the spring or even in other seasons. If they'll bring back similar styles in their different seasonal colors, these are great. The amount of paper that collects on that bottom shelf is just beyond me. Do you have a place in your house that collects all your paper, your kids' school stuff, the ads, all that stuff? Where in your house do you find that stuff? Are you really good about making sure that you don't have a collection like I do? So now it's time for me to start with everything that is on the floor. This is kind of the dirtiest part of what I need to do, and I have an appointment that's coming up, so I want to get as much done before I have to get dressed and get ready to go to that appointment. I would much rather clean the floor in my exercise clothes than in regular everyday clothes. So if you ever wondered if anyone cleans something that is already clean, here is proof that that does not actually happen. You can full on see that this is not clean and definitely needed some attention. So I like to sweep it all up, go around and make sure I get the edges really well, and then I go in and like to wipe it up. Because it's such a small space, it's actually easier for me to kind of hand mop it than it is for me to bring the mop in, because this way I can make sure I get right on up to those baseboards and get it all nice and clean. And I'm just using some vinegar and water to do that. So I'm wiping down each of these large containers with Clorox wipes. Now these have oats, wheat, things like that in them, and we just like to keep extra storage on hand. We eat oatmeal like every morning, so we go through oats so quickly. And I also do like at times to make some fresh homemade bread, and I will grind my own wheat, so we like to have that on hand as well. And again, because my pantry is the size that it is, it's really easy for me just to store those in the back of the pantry, and that way I'm not wasting any of that floor space that is just so precious. And of course, I need to wipe down my garbage can as well. I like to make sure that I go through all the edges and the rings and make sure that if anything is spilled, that it's all nice and clean. And this is the charger that goes to my handheld vac. Because it's on the floor, then sometimes it gets a little bit yucky too. Now in this bin, I keep all of the bags that we use for like food. So if I have like little collapsible baskets, insulated bags, lunch boxes, and things like that. So really good for whether it's a picnic or kids' lunches or anything like that that we may be. I like to keep it all together and in one place. Now these wire baskets come from Costco. They come in a pack of 2 and they're stackable, and I absolutely love these for my, what do you call those, like root vegetables, and in a way to store those, as well as I keep like our trash bags and things like that in them as well. And here you see that I'm trying to organize it again in a way where it will stay and it will be practical, and I will be able to again maintain keeping it this way. So I wanted to take a minute and right in the middle of doing all this and show you how messy I am when I'm cleaning and organizing. I'm gonna turn the camera around and you're gonna get to see it all. Okay, up. So here's the bottom of my pantry with things on the floor ready to go up. Empty boxes ready for recycle. Cute boy home from school. My table's covered. I have to back up even more. That's how bad this is. I mean, look at that. All of that. And it's even been worse just because I've been piling up my table with everything. It's just a mess. But hopefully soon, all of this will be gone and I will no longer cringe every time I open up the pantry. So now it's time that I move up and do the rest of my shelves. I find the bottom part of my pantry for me to be the harder part because that's the part where we dump and go, and as well as I just think the floor sometimes is just gross. So with this, I'm actually using the shelves. I'm moving things from one shelf to another in order to find the space to wipe it off. So I'm not taking everything out. I'm just kind of pulling it down, putting it on the floor or putting it on a different shelf. And then again, I will wipe it down. The way that it was set up before, again, I didn't feel like it was working because it looked messy all the time. And so I knew that I needed to go in and revamp things. So I decided to go ahead and switch some things up. And I think it's going to work out much better. If you have extra vertical space in your pantry, these shelvings, they expand. So I have them expanded as far as they go, but they can also, of course, condense and become a lot shorter. But they're really great so that you're able to stack things, but not stack on top of each other, but stack using the shelf. And I just think that it helps. It does absolutely help me to organize things better. So instead of making sure that you see everything that I do, I wanted to just kind of give you an idea of how it is that I organize. Even as I'm organizing, you can see there I'm thinking about it, I'm second guessing myself. I really want to make sure that I come up with a system that will work long term, not again for a couple of days. I know I keep repeating myself, I sound like a broken record, and I keep thinking about it until I finally decide what I would like to do, and I just move it around and I play with it. So here again is the before, so you can see what a mess it was and how it was organized. And now here is the after, and I was so happy with this. I was so happy that it was clean. It felt so much more organized in a way that I think that not only could I keep it, but my family will keep it this way. But even though I really loved this and I thought it looked good, I still would look at it and then I went, you know what? There's more I can do. I went ahead and added my bigger appliances because now there's no place for paper. That was one change that I made up. And then I went ahead and I moved the clear containers that were on this shelf out of the way so I could get to those baskets. By doing that, I feel like I can really maintain this. And this picture was taken about 2 weeks after the original cleanup. And look, I still think it looks fantastic. Don't forget, if you love this, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I do post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.